Hello students, welcome to the Technical Accounting. I am Professor Bhagyashree Sevane over here to teach you the next topic, that is a fundamentals of Tally. In a market right now there is a version going on, that is Tally.ERP9. But in the next few months there will be a new version of a Tally, that is a Tally Prime over here. So right now we are going to learn the new version of a Tally, that is a Tally Prime. In this session, we are going to see how to do the practical training on a Tally, means how to do entries in a Tally. In the previous some lectures, you have already seen the basics concepts of accounting, how to do the debit and credit, which account should be debited, which account should be credited. Regarding that, all principles, all the concepts you have learned in the very first chapter. Then in the second chapter, you have learned what are the characteristics, what are the introduction to the Tally software, how it actually works, what are the benefits, what are the limitations are there related to the Tally. And in the third chapter, you have seen that the taxation related, whether it is a direct taxation, whether it is an indirect taxation, you know the basic concepts related to the taxation is. Now, with the help of these all three examples, all the three chapters, that is basics of accounting, taxation, and the Tally software introduction. With the help of these all three basics, we are going to apply these all basics in this chapter, and we are going to do the entries in the Tally software. Okay, so let's start with the Tally. First of all, in the previous lecture of mine, I have told you what the procedures we follow while doing the Tally, right? While doing the entries in the manual accounting, what was the procedure was there, right? And in a computerized accounting, what is the procedure over there? So we have seen that before. Now we are going to apply that all things. So in a very basic chapter, in a very first chapter of this fundamentals of Tally Prime, we have seen that we have to start with the company creation, right? For that purpose, for example any of the transaction is there, we should have to start with the transaction first. Simultaneously we will go through the transaction also, and we will apply the transaction entries in a Tally, right? So we will go to the Tally first, and that is a transaction first. Okay, before going to the transaction, I'm going to tell you some of the things, that is a company creation, how to create a company. We will of course do that. That is some of the keys are there, that is a Alt plus K. Means let me tell you students, that while performing a Tally on a computer, we should have to use a keyboard at most rather than a mouse. Okay, we should have to use a keyboard keys rather than a mouse. Most of the work while doing the work on a Tally, we should have to use the keyboard keys over there. So for that purpose, some of the shortcut keys are there. All right, some of the shortcut keys are there. There you can find the list of shortcut keys over here. That is Alt plus K, F2, Alt plus 3, Control F. I will tell you later this. One by one, we will go to the shortcut keys. Simultaneously, we will learn on a Tally. Okay. So first thing is that very most important is that in a Tally Prime, we have to use the shortcut keys, that is a Alt K. Okay, to select the company info menu, we have to actually see the shortcut keys. Likewise, the Alt plus K, F2, Alt plus F3, Control plus F3, these are the all related, the shortcut keys are here. Okay, after that I just want to tell you some of the shortcut keys are here. Okay, but I want to tell you the transaction very first, and we will come to this point again when there is a need. Simultaneously we have to learn with the transaction, and we have to go through the Tally software also. Okay, so you can see over students, there is a transaction number one. Okay, we will read this transaction one by one, and we will apply this all transactions in a Tally right now. Okay, the first transaction is that Messrs. Rubik's Limited. There is a company, that is a Rubik's Limited. They have started a company. Now there is a very starting purpose. Okay, there is a starting of a company with cash rupees 5 lakhs, furniture rupees 4 lakhs, and building rupees 50 lakhs on 13th of April 2020. Means first of all we should know about this. This is a financial year that has started from the 1st of April 2020, because the very first transaction is given on the 13th of April 2020, right? So it is a financial year 2020 to 21. We have started our company. Okay. So with the help of this first transaction only, we will see in this particular session how to create a company and what are the functions there are related to the company are. Okay. So we will go to the Tally first. Let me tell you students, there is a Tally version, that is a Tally.erp9 and a Tally Prime is there. That there is not too much of difference between the Tally ERP and the Tally Prime. Only the look is changed. You can see over here related to the Tally Prime. Previously there was a different look. I will let you know how that look was also in the end of this chapter. I will let you know how the Tally ERP9 looks. Tally Prime looks like this, and you can see what is given on this screen. You are very new to this Tally software, so I'm going to tell you from the very basic, and in this session we are going to continue. We are going to cover only the topic related to the company creation or related to the company options. Okay, so you can see over here in this on this screen, it is a Tally Prime and gateway of Tally. You can see over here. This particular area is known as a Tally, a gateway of a Tally. This particular area is known as a gateway of Tally, in which you can get various options over here. Right? That is a create, alter. This means masters. Masters you can create, masters you can alter, masters. There is a master of chart of accounts. We will see all these things one by one. After that, the transactions. In that transaction there is a vouchers and daybook. It means that if you want to enter the transactions, there are a vouchers, and when you enter the transactions in a vouchers, you can go to the daybook also. Automatically you will get a daybook. One by one we will see all these particular what we can say transactions, what we can say this is a one by one sessions. In a one by one session we can see all these things. Okay, so right now we are going to start with the company creation. First of all, we have to create a company, and then only we can do the entries in that company. Right now you can see on your right hand side there is a name of a company. Okay, there is a name of a company, then date of last entry is given to you, current period is given to you, and current date is given to you. Okay, it means that in which period you are there, right? In which period you are there means uh, we are going to enter this data from 1st of April 2020 to 31st of March 2021. That will be my current period. Okay, that current period is there, but the name of company is here, ABC Limited is there, right? The name of a company is ABC Limited is there. But right now what we have to see, what our transaction says. Our transaction says my company is Rubik's Limited. My company is Rubik's Limited, and that's why we have to create a company name, that's the Rubik's Limited. Okay, so we will start with the Rubik's Limited over here. So for a company creation, you can see an option over here, company. You can see the option over here, that is a company. Okay, it means that you can create a company over here with the help of this one. You can directly click on this particular company by with the help of a mouse, or you can use that is a Alt plus K. Means the keyboard key is Alt plus K. With the help of this Alt plus K, the option company opens over here. And what options are there with the company are there? The first option is the create, alter, change, select, shut. These are options are related to the company. These options are related to the company. You can see on your screen. Okay, it means that you can create a company, you can alter a company, you can change a company, you can select a company. Whatever the company's list will be there in your Tally software, means not only one company's data will be there, the number of companies data will be there in a Tally, right? When you go to the job, you can see there the number of companies data are there. Okay, you have to select only one company. For that purpose, again you can click on this one, otherwise you can directly go for this shortcut keys, that is Alt plus F3. It means what, on a keyboard you have to just select the Alt plus F3 button on the keyboard. With the help of these keys, you can select a company, right? If you want to shut any of the company, if you have created any of the company by mistakenly, or if the transactions have completed with the help of this tally, if the transaction is completed, or something we can say, if that company has shut it, okay, so at that time you can shut this company with the help of a control plus F3 on from a tally software. Okay, so right now I just want to create this company, so I will go to the create option. It is already selected. When there is a yellow color line is there, it means that it is already selected. You just have to click enter over there. Otherwise you can go with the help of a mouse, and with the help of a mouse you can select that create option. Okay, right now I'm going to use all the options from a keyboard, because it is very much beneficial when you use the shortcut keys from a keyboard. Okay, so right now it is already selected, so I will click the button, that is I will click the key, that is enter. When I click the enter, you can see a different thing over here. What you can see over here, the first thing, that company creation, this window is for a company creation, right? So first thing is given company data path. What did it mean by company data path? Means where this data, when you enter the data in this company in a tally, that data is going to saved somewhere, right? That data is going to saved somewhere in a computer. So for that purpose, this path is given. Which path? It means that, what it mean by C? C, it means by it is a drive of a computer, right? It is a C drive, D drive, E drive. You know that there are the different drives in a company, in a computer. So likewise in the C drive, users file is there. There is a one folder naming users. In that folder there is a public. Again in the users folder there is again public folder. In that public folder there will be a what we can say, there will be a folder of tally.erp9, and under that tally.erp9 there is a folder of data, and in that data this company is going to be saved, which are going to create over here. Getting it? Once again I'm telling you, the company data path is nothing but the path. In the path, it means that the destination, in which destination, on what destination this company's data is saved, and that is nothing but in a C drive. It is in a users folder. Under the public folder, under this users folder there is a public folder. Under this public folder there is a tally.erp9 folder, and under that folder also there is a data folder. In that data, the all companies data will be there. Right now I'm going to create the Rubix Limited, so I will create Rubix Limited. For that purpose you have to write the name of a company in front of the company name. Okay, so I'm going to write it down, the company name, that is a Rubix Limited. Okay, my company's name is Rubix Limited, so I'm going to write it down over here, Rubix Limited. When I complete writing down the name, I will click the enter key. It will automatically come in the next line. Okay, that is a mailing address. If you are having any of the different mailing address, you can type over here. But right now I don't have, I just have to enter the casual transaction over here. We are just taking an example. But when you do a practically things in offices, you can do these things. Whatever the mailing address is there, you have to enter over here. Okay, then once again I don't have to change anything over here. Mailing address is, I'm keeping it the same, that's a Rubix Limited. So I just going to click over here enter, so that I will go to the next line, that is the address. Now the next thing they are asking me, that is the address. What address is of Rubix Limited? So you have to enter the address over here with the help of a keyboard. Okay, so I'm going to write it down the address. I'm just taking it just for the sake of an example. I'm going to write it down over here, Shivaji Nagar and Pune. Okay, after completing this address, I will click once again enter, and after entering this address, once again you can see over here the one another line they have provided to you for entering the address. So you are having a two lines for entering the address, so you can enter over here. But right now, for the sake of example, I'm just writing down the Shivaji Nagar and Pune only. Right? Then I'm clicking on enter. Again, you can see now the next option is a state. Okay, the next option is a state. Now just whenever, as soon as I click on a enter, it goes to the state. As soon as you can see the list of states over here, that is a list of states is there. That is various states are here. You can use any of the state, means in which state this Rubik's Limited is there, in which state it is there. We are writing down the Shivajinagar Pune, it means that it is in a Maharashtra. So I'm going to the Maharashtra by clicking. See, there is a scroll down list is there. You can go to this all list name with the help of a downward arrow on the keyboard. With the help of a downward arrow on the keyboard, you can go likewise. You can see on the screen the changes. And if you want to go upward, so you can use this keyboard key, that is a upward key. So you can use likewise also. Okay, so with the help of keyboard keys, I'm going to go select the Maharashtra. Otherwise, if you don't want to go with the scroll down list, for example, there are so many lists are there of a states or a union territories, so you can use directly keyboard keys, that is MAH. You can select likewise. One second, you can select likewise MA. When you type the MA, there is a list shortlisted. Shortlisted, they have the whatever the name containing the MA there is. If I click right to likewise MH, so directly you can see the shortlisted one is only Maharashtra state is there, you can see over there. And I just want to put this Maharashtra over here. So I'm just clicking enter button because it is already selected. Maharashtra state is selected with the help of with this yellow line, and that's why I just have to click on enter button. So I will click enter key. You can get Maharashtra over here. Country, when you select a Maharashtra state, automatically country India is by default over here. Okay, then pin code you have to type. I'm typing the pin code. Then telephone number, for the sake of example, I'm putting likewise the telephone number. When you want to go in the next line, you have to just press the key enter. Okay, so mobile number, once again with the help of this for the sake of this example, I'm putting this mobile number. Once again I will enter. Any fax number if you are having for that company, you can enter over here. Then any email address of the company is there. I'm just putting down the Rubik's Limited. Rubik's, uh, Rubik's, we can say 56 at the rate of gmail.com or rediffmail.com. Whatever, yeah, whatever the address, email address is there of that company, you can enter that address over here. After that, website, do you have any website address? That's a www dot we can say Rubix.com. Likewise, you are having the website, you can enter over here. Likewise, this is all the information related to the company. What we have entered over here, we have entered the company name, company mailing address, then state. Automatically India came over there. When we choose a state over there, pin code, a telephone number, mobile number, fax, email address, likewise the general information we have entered over here. Right, after this information, you can see when you press on a key enter, then automatically it goes to this one, that is a financial year begin from. Financial year begin from, it means that on from which date your financial year is beginning. So we have taken a transaction of Rubik's Limited has started their business on a 13th of April. You can remember that is a 13th of April 2020. You have started your company with the help of a cash, furniture, and building all these things, right? So your financial year beginning from, of course, the 1st of April 2020, or you can write it down the 13th, that is the 1st of April. This is what the my transaction is, this financial year is going to be started. That's why automatically by default we are on a 30th of we are in a March, in the month of March. So from April to March, there is a transact financial year is going on 1st of April 2020 to 31st of March 2021. So automatically by default Tally has taken a date that is the 1st of April 2020, and that we have to keep as it is. And that's why it is a correct. I just have to click on the enter key so that I will get on a next step, that is a books beginning from. What is this financial year? I'm beginning from the 1st of April 2020, but from which year you are beginning your keeping of bookkeeping, right? So I'm keeping it as it is. Once again, I don't have to change any of the date over here. So as this all the dates are these both of the dates are correct, so I just have to click on a enter key so that I will go to the next point. And what my next point is, you can see on a this downline, there is a base currency symbol. Which currency you're going to use? As we are in India, we just have to use the rupees, right? So my currency is rupees, and for that purpose, what is the symbol? You can see the rupees sign over here. What is this? The rupees symbol is there, that symbol is here. Okay, so base currency symbol is rupees over here. I just have to enter once again, and formal name is in rupees. Whatever the amounts we're going to enter, that should be in rupees. Okay, so all the data we have filled over here is all correct. So we just have to click on an enter button so we can go ahead with the next process. Now, what they are asking to you. So Tally will ask you whether you want to accept this information or not. Accept, yes or no. You just have to say yes or no. So if you want to accept this information, you just have to click on enter key of a keyboard, or you can click the Y button, Y, that is a Y key, alphabet Y key from a keyboard. So automatically you will accept this all data. If you don't want to accept this, if you think that something information is missing over here, I just have to put extra information over here. So you can, means if you want to edit some information, whatever is there, you just have to click on a no. And for clicking a no, you just have to click on a N key from a keyboard. Okay, N, alphabet N from a keyboard, so you will just go back to the position. So I will say, I will just give you a try. When I click on a no, automatically it goes to the first point, that is a company name. Okay, so once again they are asking you whatever the changes you want to do, just do over here. So I'm just doing like this. Rubix Limited is correct. Shivaji Nagar Pune is address I have written down. I just want to edit this information. If I want to write it down over here, for example 403, then FC code. Likewise, if I want to enter such type of information, because I want to edit the information, and that's why I just have to click on N, right? Shivaji Nagar, and then I'm writing down Pune over here. So I have edited address over here, right? Then state Maharashtra, I don't have to change over here. I don't want to change a pin code. Likewise, everything information is correct. Only I just have to change the address. If you need so, if anything else, I just haven't given you the example that I want to change the address. Anything else, if you want to change, you can do likewise. Okay. Then now they are asking you whether you want to accept it. Now I'm going to say yes by clicking Y, or also by clicking enter. With the help of this mouse also, you can click on this one. You can see on a screen when I take this mouse on this yes, so you can click on this yes. When you click on this no, that automatically it will get you to the edit option. Okay, so I'm clicking on yes. Now you can click with the mouse also. So after clicking yes, what you can see over here, the next information they're asking to you. Okay, in the previous Tally version, in the single window, the all information was there. In the single window, in the single what we can say, the dialog box, all the information was there. But in this case, when it is a new and updated version, is that you can see another company's option are there. What message you got over here? That is a company created successfully, right? The company created successfully, but what else information is there? Company's name Rubix Limited, automatically they have taken. After that, accounting, maintain accounts. Do you want to maintain the accounts? I'm saying yes, and that's why we are here, right? So we want to maintain the account, that's why I'm saying yes over here. Then enable bill wise entry. They are asking you, do you want to do the mail wise entry? Do you want the mail wise entries over here? Means bill wise entry, sorry. Means one bill will come, you will do the entry with the help of that invoice. So yes, that is again correct. So I don't want to change these options. I just have to remain these options as yes and yes. So I'm clicking on enter key. Once again, I'm clicking on enter key. This all information is correct. Now they're talking about the inventory. What do you mean by inventory? Inventory is nothing but a stock. The stock is the biggest thing of accounting in a company. as you know that inventory is totally the big area of accounting, but my transaction is not focusing on a stock. Okay, we are going to do the entry with the accounts only. In the previous tally version, that is a tally.erp 9, you can see over there are the two options. They ask you whether you want to maintain your data of accounts only, or with the accounts with inventory. These two options they were going to give you, but right now they are asking you whether these two options, accounting separately, they are asking you the maintaining account, and the bill wise entry is there, you can see over here. And in case of inventory, again you want to maintain the inventory, or you want to integrate the accounts with inventory. But right now, for the sake of my example, Rubik's Limited is not having any of the stock. Okay, they don't deal with the stock. If you just for the sake of example, I'm saying this, so that's why I just have to click no over here. There is by default S, but if you go in a market, if you go for a job, you can see the many companies are there who deals with the stock. So at that time you just have to click yes over here. But right now this for Rubik's Limited, I just have to click no over here. So for changing this S option to the no, I'm going to change this option with the help of a N alphabet from keyboard. So I'm clicking N. When I click just N, and just I have to click enter, automatically it takes a no. You can see, right? When if I want to go back to the inventory option once again, so I just have to click a backspace from a keyboard. I just have to click a backspace. So I have clicked backspace, automatically it goes to the maintain inventory. And yes, that is a no, it is correct. I don't want to change these options. I just have to enter, automatically it takes to the taxation option. Now in this case, taxation, there are the two taxation, direct taxation and the indirect taxation. You know about that. In the third lecture, you have already seen the goods and services tax and related to the income tax. Related to the income tax, there is a TDS, that is a tax deducted at source. It means what it mean by you know the students. Okay, so I'm not going to explain these all things over here. We're just going to technically over here. Okay. So if you want to maintain the GST related data, so they are asking you enable the goods and services tax, and of course every company right now deals with the GST. Every company has to deal with the indirect taxes, right? So they have to say yes over here. And by default, there is a S. I don't have to change anything. So I just will click the enter key. When I click the enter key, what they're asking to me? They're asking me the GST details. They're asking me the GST details. What are these GST details are here? See, GST registration details. In which state your company is located? In Maharashtra. We have already said that. In which state it is? It is a Maharashtra. So it is automatically Maharashtra is there. Registration type. You have already seen in your previous chapter, the registration type is composition scheme or a regular type. I am saying for the sake of right now, for the sake of example only, I am just saying it is a regular. Okay, if it is a composition dealer, they can go for a composition. You can see the option over here again. Okay, so composition and regular option is there, you just have to choose the regular option. Okay, after that, assessee of other territory. Are you assessee of other territory? Assessee means those who are liable to pay the taxes to the government. Okay, assessee means a person who is liable to pay the taxes to the government. Right now, my Rubik's Limited is liable to pay the taxes to the government because they are registered under the GST as a regular taxpayer, not a composition taxpayer. Okay, so go through a previous chapter very carefully, then only you will get to know the all the things in a tally, because we have to compile all the data whatever you have learned in the first three chapters, that we have to compile over here. Okay. So assessee of other territory, are you this Rubik's Limited is of other territory, means other than a Maharashtra state? No, we are not from other territory. This Rubik's Limited is only situated in Maharashtra. That's it. So by default there is no option. I just have to click enter over here. Then GST applicable from. Once again they are asking the date, that is the 1st of April 2020, and yes, we have started our company in April 2020 only, that is 13th of April. So of course GST is applicable from 1st of April 2020. Okay. After that, there is a GST number. Everyone is having a GST number, so every company GST number you have to enter over here. And if you are living in a Maharashtra, that is your company is located in a Maharashtra, so Maharashtra's code you know that it starts from a 27 and all the number is there. I'm just writing down this is for the sake of example only. Okay, so this type of registration number you have to enter over here, GST registration number. Okay, now they are asking you verify the company GSTN. Means verify means from the website of a GST you can verify this number, but right now I just don't want to don't want to verify. That's why I just have to click any of the keyboard button. So I have click any of the button and automatically it goes to the next option. What they are asking me, the periodicity of GSTR1. Now you know that these are the returns. What is the GSTR1? These are the type of a return. Just like the income tax, we have to file the income tax return. What it mean by in an income tax return, we just give the summary of our income, and whatever the income we have earned, on that income we have to pay the taxes to the government on a specified rate. Likewise, the same thing happened with the indirect taxes. We have to file a income, we have to file a return, indirect taxes return, whatever the amount we have paid. We have means Rubik's Limited. Just consider yourself as a Rubik's Limited. Whatever the taxes you have paid on purchases, whatever the taxes you have received on a sales, and the difference between that you have to compile all this information in a one return. That is a GSTR. Okay, that is all written. Different types of GSTR there, but right now they are asking to you the periodicity of GSTR1. That periodicity is again defined by our income, that is a act, or that is a CGST act. Okay, so this GSTR1 is whether this periodicity is a monthly or a quarterly. For the sake of example, take anything else. If you want to select the monthly, write it down as it is. If you want to select the quarterly, with the help of a downward arrow you can go to the quarterly also. Okay, so right now this monthly, quarterly I'm keeping it, so I will choose the quarterly. So periodicity of GSTR1 of a Rubik's Limited is a quarterly. Okay, then some additional features they have given to you. This GST rates details. If you want to give these details, you can give these details also. But right now, for this example, we don't have any the GST related transaction. I haven't taken any of the GST related transaction in this module. We're going to see very simple level, as you have started with the tally only. So we will see the very basic transaction first, and we will move on a GST in another module. Okay, so right now we just have to click, we just have to say no for all these details. You can see over here GST rates, taxability, and all these things. Okay, I'm just saying no for that purpose. The basic related GST related information I have kept over here. Okay, that you have learned in your previous shop. That's why I just have to keep it as it is. Invoicing features they are asking to you, e-invoicing applicable. Right now I'm saying no for everything. Okay, now once again they are asking you whether you want to accept this or not. Yes, I'm going to accept these all things because I don't have to change anything else. Okay, so I'm just clicking enter. After this, now they are asking to you the next option, that is enable tax deducted at source. You can see over here the enable do your means tax deducted at source. It is related to the income tax. Now it is related to the direct taxation. So whether your company is related to the direct taxation, I'm saying yes. Okay, by default it is a no, but right now I'm saying yes. When you enter by clicking Y, you can see over your company TDS deductor or details are there. Who is going to deduct your tax? TDS means was what? Tax deducted at source. So your TAN registration number should be there. Deductor type should be there. Whether who is deducting this deducting your means who you are, your status, company, or what we can say. Likewise, individual, HUF, what type of personal, what type of deductor you are, right? What type of assessee you are. So this is Rubik's Limited is a company. It is not an individual. It is not actual. Okay. So TDS TAN registration number, whatever it is, you have to write it down over here. Likewise, this information, deductor, branch, division, all these things you get this all information when you practically go to do a job over there. Okay. So for the sake of this example, I'm not giving any of the information over here. I'm just saying yes. I just want to accept all these things. Okay, there is TDS applicable, TAN I should have to enter, but right now for the sake of example I didn't write a type over there. Okay, so all these example this information I am going to accept. I will just click on a enter button. Now this company has created successfully. Now you can see over here from on that point in this point on the left hand side of yours, there is a Rubik's Limited and ABC Limited is opened. It means that this information is what two companies are open this in this challenge, that is a ABC Limited and the Rubik's Limited. In which company you are going to enter the data, in which company you are going to enter the transactions, only Rubik's Limited. So I don't want ABC Limited over here. It is already open because I have already said that there is a number of companies you can keep the data of in this Tally software, right? So Rubik's Limited and Rubik's Limited are ABC Limited and a Rubik's Limited is open over there. I just want a Rubik's Limited. I have to close the ABC Limited. Okay, to shut the company, what I will do, I will just go to this company option once again. Okay, Alt K. You can see the option shut company. Okay, if you want to shut the company. Okay, so I will go to this one, that is a control plus F3. With the help of a keyboard also you can go to the control F3, and this is ABC Limited. Rubik's Limited was selected, but I don't want to close this Rubik's Limited. I want to close the ABC Limited. Okay, so I will enter this one ABC Limited. Automatically you can see over here only one company is open, that is a Rubik's Limited. Okay, so when you will shut the company, whenever you don't require to keep open that company in a Tally in a background also, so only one company at a time, keep open one company at a time, so that it will not do any of the mistakes over here. You cannot do any of the mistakes over there. Okay, so at a time please keep open one company. Okay, so only Rubik's Limited is open over here. Now I can do the data entry over here. So before doing any of the data entry, I just want to show you what are the options are here. Okay, so we have seen the create company. If you want to alter, what did it mean by alter? If you want to change any of the data which you have already entered in a company while creating the company, so at that time you can also alter the data of a company. If you want to change this, you can change this. See, I will go to the F3 option. If you want to change this company, if you want to change this Rubik's Limited, you can see whatever the data entered in a company you can change. Okay, means they can already do the create, alter, the vouchers, daybook and all these things. If you want to do any of the changes over here, you can do the changes over here. Fine. So related this company option we have seen up to this one. After that, these are the online access is given, means if you want to give the access of this company online to other user, means at a time one person can work on a one PC on a one company, but simultaneously some other person want to do a work on the same company on a other part. Means for example, one employee is working on a sales of a same company, so another employee can work on a purchase of the same company, so he can access the data online by on another PC but with the same company. So you have already learned this in the characteristics of a Tally, that's the introduction to the Tally software. So these are related to the online access. You can give the online access to other users also. Okay, and regarding this configuration, security, Tally Vault, what is this? Security means what? If you want to protect this company from other users, so you can keep a password over here. We can see over here, you can set a password. Okay, so if you control user access to company data, when I say yes, so automatically they will ask you for the password, username and a password. If you want to protect your data of this company in a Tally from others, so you can protect this data by giving a login ID and password. They're asking you the some questions over here. Likewise, so you can give a password over here, right? After that, I don't have to give anything else. I don't want to keep any of the passwords, so I just came back from that point. So I have to click escape button. When I want to come back, then I will click on the escape button. Okay, then once again, what option was there? Some of the features. We will see the features related to this one. When you want to enter some data in a Tally, so there are some of the options, that is we have seen this already. While creating the company, we have seen these options. That's accounting, inventory, taxation. We have already seen. It is nothing but the configuration of a company. Whatever the data you want to enter in a company, the configuration is likewise. Do you want to maintain the accounts? Do you want to enable the bill wise entry? Do you want to maintain the inventory? Do you want to maintain the taxation? Likewise, this is nothing but the configuration you already have to give to the company. And with the when once you set all these data properly, then you can work as per the data you have entered in that. So what I can say, in a background of a tally, you have to just arrange all the things and directly you will get the output over there. Okay, so just I want to tell you, when some window is open on a tally, you just have to click on a escape button to get back from this window. Okay, so escape key from a keyboard I am just pressing. Yes, I want to quit this. Likewise, I will come back from this point. Okay, so you can see whatever the company related option, we in this session we have seen how to create a company, okay, how to alter a company, how to shut a company, likewise how to configure that company, right? And another option again you can see on that point also on the right hand side of yours, company related to information is again given, company, select company, shut company. So you can see this option over here also and over here. Okay, fine. So in this session, students, you got to know about how to create a company. In the next session, we will see how to create a ledgers and groups over there, because you have already seen what the procedure we have to follow. Firstly, company creation, groups creation, then ledger creation, and then we have to move to the entries, transaction, doing the entries of a transaction. And for doing the transaction, you must be very careful regarding to the debit and credit rules. So so that we should do a very properly entries. Okay, so right now I'm stopping over here, students. Thank you very much.